Welcome to Battletech Legends and Mechs, a short story podcast telling tales from around the Inner Sphere and beyond. Hello, gladiatorial sports fans. It is a beautiful morning here on Solaris 7, or at least it's a beautiful morning 750 meters below the surface of Solaris 7 in the League of Independent Solaris Training Stables recording bunker.
You can say that again.
You know, it was a bit of a mouthful. I'm not sure I could. My name is Marks, and it's a real treat. Welcome to the bunker, a legend of the Solaris City Circuit. Friends and enemies, please welcome Lady Helga Badensmith Mueller III.
It is a rare treat to step back under the arena, Marks, and please, no need to read my full list of ranks, awards, and accolades.
I mean, I wasn't going to.
A woman can only hear recipient of the Silver Starburst for consecutive victories, 3-time planetary heavyweight title holder, or be reminded of the 5 Mixed Forces Tournament Championships I managed to win so many times before it just goes to your head.
Lady Mueller, those weren't awarded to you, but to Mech Warriors in the stable you owned and managed for over a decade.
That's basically the same thing. I hired the gladiators to earn me accolades, and they did their jobs. Those awards are mine, and anyone who says otherwise doesn't understand basic economics.
I mean, that's certainly one way to look at it.
But we're not here to talk about me or my countless past glories. We're here to talk about these young warriors about to step into the arena for honor, fame, and neatly piled stacks of the almighty Seabill.
True. This is our third exhibition match of the season, and today we have the Oregon Coalition experts going toe-to-toe with the Grey Hunters in a Lance Commander match. You can hear the crowds already, the hum of excitement and that electric crackle of anticipation running through the bleachers.
Now, Marks, I'm going to ask you a question that many of our listeners and viewers across the Inner Sphere want to know.
Uh-oh. Do I need to contact the head of PR? Stephanie? Can someone get Stephanie on the line?
No. I just want to know, how many of these exhibition matches are we going to have before we start the season?
That is a great question, and I totally have an answer prepared for that. That answer is, I don't know.
Excuse me?
We're going to have some more exhibition matches before the season starts, but I can't give you an exact number at this time. We have at least one more lined up already, the Xandria City Blues versus the Emerald Predators. But whether that will be the last exhibition game or not, we just don't know. 2 more matches after that would make sure that each stable has played each other stable at least once before the tournament begins, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. But somewhere between 1 and 3 more exhibition matches is most likely.
But the lists have been running these tournaments for years. Why the uncertainty?
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, there was a bit of planetary, let's say, disruption?
Yes, something to do with that young Stavern Otho of the Black Remnant, I believe?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. What I can say is that we're still picking up the pieces here and trying to find a format that leverages the resources we have to the maximum entertainment value.
So you still don't know what the season is going to look like? And you're stalling until you figure it out?
I didn't use those words exactly, but things will go better if you stop being so perceptive.
Well, with that out of the way, let's get to the match.
Excellent suggestion. First down the ramp today are the Oregon Coalition experts, and here we have Betty Thunderchild Jones in her Warhammer 6K.
What an iconic mech. Weighing in on a dominating 70 tons, armed with its signature paired Donald PPCs, the 6K variant is a Draconis refit that replaces the machine guns and ammunition of the 6R version with 2 more heat sinks, 10 tons of armor, and now with 20 total heat sinks. A formidable machine.
20 heat sinks sounds like a lot, but that is barely enough to compensate for those PPCs alone, to say nothing but the 2 Martel medium lasers, 2 Magna small lasers, and the Holly SRM-6 mounted on the shoulder. Thunderchild is going to have to watch her heat gauge like a hawk.
But what's this? The Warhammer isn't the Lance leader for the Aces?
No, that would be Shigemitsu Lightning Tanaka coming down the ramp now in his Shogun 2E. Another Draconis Combine refit, the 2E replaces the Star League era ER-PVC with a standard Magna Hellstar PVC, but keeps the 2 Coventry Starfire LRM-15s and the 2 Thunderstroke SRM-6s.
A top speed of 54 kph is almost respectable for an assault mech, but importantly, that downgraded PPC means the heat is far more manageable. And I love any assault mech that carries jump jets. I am curious to see how the Shogun, obviously built for long-range engagements, handles the knife fight range of the arena.
You and me both. But that signals the arrival of their opponents. The Grey Hunters have managed to rustle up 2 more Clan Mechs to challenge the Aces.
As much as I love Solon Lyran engineering, you have to respect these clanner designs. They can take an enormous amount of punishment, move blindingly fast, and hit far above their weight class.
All of this is true, which is why during the pre-game pairing, the Hunters elected to send 2 of their most novice pilots. These are still deadly machines, but in the hands of rookies, this will be a close contest.
Fascinating. Will experience be sufficient for the Aces to overcome the technological superiority of the Hunters? And here comes the first mech warrior, Joseph Slicer Hunter in his Summoner Prime.
Like the Warhammer, the Summoner is a 70-ton heavy mech, but there the similarities end. A single Clan Tech ERPPC, an LV-10X autocannon loaded with cluster ammunition, and a Clan LRM-15. This is almost a pure sniper with a shocking long-range punch.
That top speed of 84 kph is faster than any of the Ace mechs on the field today, which will help Slicer manage their range. And those jump jets are powerful enough to give them a dominant position to rain down fire.
True, but with a tier 4 gunnery score, Slicer's going to struggle to land any hits if they're jumping around all the time.
And here comes the Lance leader for the Hunters, Susan Bear Hunter in a Gargoyle Prime.
Now, it should be noted that the Grey Hunters have maintained the clan tradition that a last name has to be earned. They're so-called blood names. Until a warrior manages to pass a test from the stable owners, all Hunters use that as a kind of pseudo last name, so Bear and Slicer have no relation despite that common name.
A strange bit of clan culture to maintain here in Solaris, but I suppose it gives the stables some common ground to rally around.
Even with the rookies at the controls, the Hunters are bringing the classic batchalling-on-a-budget choice in the Gargoyle. An assault mech of 80 tons, the Gargoyle is actually slightly faster than the Summoner at 86 kph.
A beautiful machine. And another jumping assault mech. Did somebody think it was my birthday?
A pair of LB-5X autocannons, 2 SRM-6 missile launchers, and a token ER small lasers for amusing cats, the Gargoyle only sports 11 tons of ferrofibrous armor, making it about as sturdy as the Warhammer. It's fast, it can jump, but will Bear be able to keep it safe from the Ace onslaught?
I can already tell this is going to be a great match.
And we'll be ready to go right after this message from our sponsors. Are you craving a life of adventure? Are you tempted towards violence at the thought of filling out one more TPS report? Join the Van Zandt Militia. Our little piece of paradise is constantly under threat from foreign invaders, local despots, and violent uprisings. And so we are grudgingly offering competitive salaries and fully compensated funerary services for all new recruits. Join today and be entered in the annual Corn Lovers Carnival lottery. The Van Zandt Militia, out here fighting for you, or possibly against you, forever. Welcome back, folks. Before we start today's match, a few last details to discuss.
Letting the sauerkraut properly ferment is important to the final product.
What a colorful metaphor. First, we are proud to announce that today's match is occurring on the second arena that we've been able to rebuild.
I had wondered about all the sand and cacti.
That's right, Desert Arena 2 is operational again. Featuring fewer forests or hills than the Forest Arena, the Desert Arena has a small oasis near the middle of the west side, hills in both the northwest and southeast, and a small rocky pillar near the south-central side. More open space, meaning that there's almost no place to hide.
We should also take this opportunity to remind everyone that today's match is using the Lance Commander rules for a duel. In order for a team to claim victory, they must destroy the heavier mech on their opposing team. For today's match, that will be the Shogun for the Aces and the Gargoyle for the Hunters.
In the case of a simultaneous destruction, the Hunters will claim victory since the Gargoyle is 5 tons lighter than the Shogun. Hasn't happened yet this season, but our last match was very close.
Do we want to discuss the point values and skills of the pilots for today's match?
I'm not really sure, Lady Helga. We can only stretch diegetic justification so far. Is talking battle value, pilot skills, and armor pips going to take our listeners out of the story?
Unrelated. What's going on with the wall over there? It looks unstable.
Oh, that wall, don't worry about it too much. The other 3 walls are very firm, but that 4th wall, we do break it every once in a while. All in good fun.
Well, are we ready to rock and roll?
I think so. Looks like the Hunters have seized initiative for deployment. Thunderchild is moving her Warhammer up to the southeast, behind some hills and forests. Bear has moved the Gargoyle in from the north, a bit closer to the middle of the arena.
That gargoyle is seriously undergunned compared to that Warhammer, but it can also handle the heat far better.
Here comes Lightning in his Shogun close to the Oasis. Could be useful for keeping his mech cool, or at least more cool, and lastly the Summoner deployed in the northwest.
At last, cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
Bear runs her gargoyle down the east side of the arena, leveraging the light forests there to gain some cover from the aces, and it looks like Thunderchild is moving her Warhammer up about 60 meters, using that rocky formation for some cover.
Ah, the Warhammer's famous maneuverability, or complete lack thereof.
Why get closer when you have two Donald PPCs to reach out and greet the hunters?
Slicer is jumping their summoner into heavy woods and on a hill, giving them a commanding position over the battlefield. It's hard to call anywhere in the field today safe, but Slicer is making the most of it.
Looks like Lightning has moved that Shogun up behind a hill, granting him a little cover against the storm of lead heading in his direction.
Bear is lining up shots on the Shogun. Those LB5X cannons are firing cluster ammunition, making it a bit easier for them to hit, but spreading the damage out. The combat computer probability weapon prediction widget? Seriously?
All right, I get it. Nobody likes the name CC Pew Pew. I get it. We'll change it.
Yes. Make sure Stephanie approves it this time.
That's actually a really good idea.
Regardless, the prediction computer says that Bear needs 7s to hit. That's an 11 on the first autocannon, and another 11 for the second.
That's a total of 8 hits on the Shogun from the LBX pellets. Looks like 2 hits to the left leg, 3 to the left torso, 2 to the right torso, and 1 hit to the right leg.
Bear is firing the gargoyles' SRMs as well, but these are at long range, needing 11s to hit. Oh, the first flies wide, and so does the second.
Bear may have been trying to bracket Lightning for Slicer there, getting the Shogun to move into a position under the Summoner's guns. The ERPC spits a bolt of charged particles needing 10s to hit, and they fly wide. That cactus back there was vaporized, though.
The LRM-15 opens up, also needing 10s, and those missiles also fly wide, hammering into the rocks or spiraling off into the horizon. No joy. Lastly, the LB-10X needing 9s because of the cluster shot, misses.
We're seeing the results of the novice pilots at the controls here. Needing 9s and 10s to hit means that they're just going to not connect very often.
They need to close the distance or stop jumping around. It's hard enough to control a battle mech already, and these rookies are making their own lives more difficult. If they were my employees, I'd dock their pay.
Let's see if the experienced ace pilots are more successful with their counterfire. Thunderchild is lining up her PPC on Bear, and that gargoyle looks like she needs 7s to hit due to range, cover, and movement. First shot misses by a mile. Second shot, that hits. That's a solid blow in the gargoyle's right leg, but those Clan Mechs are built sturdy.
The SRM-6 opens fire, needing a 9, and flies wide. Looks like Thunderchild is electing to not generate more heat with her lasers, which, considering that target number, is probably the right call.
It's Lightning's chance to open up with the Shogun's firepower on the gargoyle. His single PVC needs a 9 to hit, and hits! Another blow to the right leg, and Bear looks shaky on her feet after that second hammer blow to the same location.
But again, the gargoyle is no slouch with its defenses. 2 PPC hits to the same leg, and still not through the armor there. That's impressive.
Both LRM-15 on the Shogun need 9 to hit. First volley flies wide, second volley hits. That's 9 missile impacts on the gargoyle, 5 that smash into the right torso, and the remaining 4...
Oh! 4 missiles to the head! Bear hears the phone ringing, but nobody's picking up.
She's managed to keep the mech on its feet, but can you see that?
I do. The brainwave monitor on her neural helmet has flatline. Those missile strikes banged Bear around, and she is unconscious.
It's a good thing that all our contestants signed waivers, Lady Mueller. As the ancient philosopher 3D Botmaker once said, in waivers, we trust.
A wise man. But this means that the gargoyle is stationary out there, and this fight isn't over by a long shot.
Both of the Aces' mechs are at 5 on the heat gauge, meaning that they're moving slower for at least the next few seconds. But they can't pass up this opportunity.
It looks like they've managed to take the initiative. Thunderchild runs her Warhammer up, but only manages to move about 60 meters. A beast in firepower, but not a fast mech.
Slicer's moving up and trying to take some of the focus off that gargoyle, but I doubt that will work against experienced warriors. Still, if Bear and her gargoyle survive this, Slicer needs to put damage on that Shogun if they're going to have any chance of getting back into this fight.
Speaking of the Shogun, Lightning moves it up only a few meters to get a little closer to the gargoyle. It should be trivial to hit from that range.
Slicer's firing on the Shogun, maybe hoping to shake it off their lance leader. The ERPPC is spitting streams of ionized particles, needing 6s to hit, and hits. That is a massive blow to the Shogun's right arm.
The LRM-15 needs a 6 to hit, and misses. Say goodbye to those 15 missiles, originally addressed to lightning, and now addressed to the ground.
The LB-10X roars, needing 5s to hit, and that looks like it's a hit. We've recorded 6 impacts on the Shogun, 2 hits to the left arm and leg, 1 hit to the left torso, and a single hit to the right arm.
I think I can actually hear Thunderchild drooling as she opens fire on that gargoyle from just over 100 meters away. Both PPCs need 3s to hit, and that's 2 solid hits on the gargoyle. It's already swaying. Impacts in the right arm and left leg.
2 medium lasers literally can't miss and gouge long molten lines into the left torso and right leg. Oh, that's the last of the armor in the right leg, and that's gone internal.
Looks like Bear has lost a hip actuator to that laser blast, but it's not over yet. Both small lasers also fire, needing 6s to hit, and they both hit. Looks like both blasted the left leg.
Lastly, the SRM-6 can't miss at this range, and 4 missiles managed to find a home on the gargoyle. Impacts on the left arm, right and left torso, and a hit on that left leg that manages to sneak past the armor, but doesn't look like it hit anything important in there.
The gargoyle is still on her feet for the moment, but look at the waves of heat roiling off Thunderchild.
Let's see if lightning can finish off the gargoyle. The PPC can't miss and impacts against the center torso despite taking over a dozen hits. That is the first shot to land center of mass on that enormous Clan Mechs.
Both LRM-15s also hit, a total of 12 missiles impacting on target. 10 hit the center torso and 1 on each arm.
That just leaves a pair of SRM-6s being forced to hit. 2 solid connections, a total of 8 missiles impacted. 3 to the left torso, 2 to the center, and 2 to the tortured right leg, and 1 on each of the right torso and arm.
Looks like one of those missiles managed to shred the lower leg actuator, but impossibly through all of that, the gargoyle is still standing.
Does that mean Bear has actually managed to wake up? It looks like...
Yes, Bear is awake enough again to keep the gargoyle on its feet, which, considering the extensive damage to the leg, is actually almost a miracle.
This fight isn't over yet. And look at Lightning in that Shogun. He is taking a beating from Slicer, and the gyro doesn't seem to be compensating from those impacts.
As we say on Tharkad, Stettertroffen Holt Dunstein.
I don't know about that, but that is the sound of 85 tons of mechs suddenly meeting the ground. Looks like Lightning managed not to injure himself on that impact, but what a swing in fortunes.
Look at the heat gauge for Thunderchild and her Warhammer. She's over halfway to maximum and will have to attempt to override a shutdown. And does.
Lightning has exactly the same heat problem, but is also on the ground. But even banged up as he is, he managed to keep his mech running. That is the sound of thousands of Ace fans exhaling in relief.
The Hunters are looking to capitalize on that huge swing in fortunes. Lightning is too hot for his mech to stand, but he's managed to prop it up on one arm. Might be able to get a shot off from the ground.
Slicer's moving into some light woods closer to Lightning, making sure to make every shot count.
Thunderchild is too hot to move her Warhammer, so she's staying put. And it looks like Bear is running as close to Lightning as she can, towering over the downed Shogun from less than 100 meters away.
Thunderchild fires a single PPC, but her scanners must have been glitching like crazy in that sauna in there. Needs an 8 to hit and flies wide. Not even close. Lightning can't bring his weapons to bear against Bear, so he's firing his arm-mounted LRM-15 at Slicer, also needing an 8 to hit. Misses by even more than Thunderchild did.
The Hunters are on the attack. Slicer's about 150 meters from the Shogun, and he opens up with that ERPPC, needing a 5 to hit. Ooh, solid connection to the center mass on the Shogun. Still plenty of armor there for the moment. He's firing the LRM-15, needing a 5, and again, solid connection for 6 of those missiles. 5 into the right leg and 1 hitting the left arm. Lastly, is that LB-10X needing a 4? Oh, small mercy there.
I can't believe he missed that shot. But Bear and the Gargoyle are going to try to finish off that Shogun. Starting with the Penlight, needing only an 8 to hit, and misses. And then onto the pair of SRMs. That's a lot of hits there. 2 on the left torso and right arm, 1 hit on the right torso and left arm.
The autocannons fire clusters needing 6s to hit, and that's a disappointing 6 impacts from those 2 shots. Looks like a couple hits to the right and left torso and a single impact on each leg.
It seems that the Shogun has weathered the worst of the storm and is battered but still undefeated.
The Clan Mechs both dump all their heat, No surprise there, and due to some very conservative firing, it looks like the Warhammer and Shogun are back to single digits on the heat scale.
They'll both be a little slower, but at least Lightning will have a chance to try and stand up. If he falls, it's probably all over.
Slicer has elected to jump into heavy woods, trying to keep maximum firepower on Lightning without risking his own mech in the process.
Speaking of that Shogun, it looks like Lightning is standing up very carefully, but does manage to get back on his feet. Bear moves her gargoyle to point-blank range. I'll be curious to see if she tries for a physical attack.
That would be rare for a clan warrior, but these are gladiators, not true clanners in many ways. It looks like Thunderchild is taking one step closer to Bear, trying to keep her lance leader in this fight.
Slicer is opening fire on Shogun with their ERPPC. That's a big gun that's done a ton of work today. Need 7s to hit, and hits!
So much armor sublimated for the right torso. More than half of that damage is internal, but it looks like it didn't obliterate anything critical.
Another lucky break for the aces, but Slicer's not done yet. The LRM-15 needs 7s as well, and that's 5 missiles into the right leg. The autocannon barks, and 6 bullets hit Lightning, twice in the right and center torso, 1 in the left torso, 1 hit to the arm. Oh, wow!
Looks like that right arm was hanging on by a single myomer thread, and that last flechette took it right off. The Shogun has been semi-disarmed.
That's, strictly speaking, true, but that's not.
Strictly true! But the hunters need more than just an arm if they're going to claim this match as a trophy. Bear opens fire from right next to the Shogun. The laser pointer needs a 5 to hit and just barely manages to connect, scratching a thin line across the left arm. Both SRMs need 5s to hit, and that's another 6 missiles total into the Shogun.
The left torso takes 3 of them, and a single hit to the right and center torso, and remaining arm. Those LB5Xs need 4s, and no surprise, both hit. Another 6 impacts there, peppering the legs and both sides of the torso.
The aces fire back, starting with Thunderchild, and those big booming PPCs. She needs 5s to hit. First shot misses, but that second shot connects on the right leg, blasting straight past the armor. Looks like the foot and upper leg actuators are out on the gargoyle.
Thunderchild is saying a word we can't air to her heat sinks, firing the medium lasers, needing 7s. Both hit. More vaporized armor on the left leg and arm. Lastly, that SRM-6 also needs a 7. Thunderchild lands it, and that's 3 missiles from that volley into the left torso, 1 into the left leg, and that is also internal. Say goodbye to another actuator.
Perhaps Bear owns stock in an actuator company the way she's going through them today.
The Shogun fires its own PPC, needing a 7. Misses. Too close to the gargoyle for a good target lock, and the bolt flies wide.
He's firing both SRMs, needing 4s, and both hit. And that's almost every missile hitting. Looks like a few of them went internal on the gargoyle's left arm and leg. No further damage to the leg, but the left arm loses its shoulder actuator and SRM launcher.
Bear is thanking Kerensky that she didn't take an ammo hit there, although with case standard on all Clan Mechs, it would be less devastating than it would be for the Inner Sphere Mechs.
Holy Mackinac, would you look at that? One of those short-range missiles took the right leg completely off. No way the gargoyle will stay on her feet after that.
Technically, no way she'll stand on her foot. Lightning is risking those close-range shots with the LRMs, needing 10s. First volley arcs into the sky, but at least a few hit from the other launcher. That's 4 missiles striking the gargoyle's center torso and say goodbye to the last shreds of armor in that location. No internal damage, but here comes the boot.
While the clans don't use melee very often, Inner Sphere Gladiators will use every tool they have available. And right now, that tool is a 15-ton foot inflicting massive damage on the gargoyle. Lightning literally couldn't miss that kick.
The Shogun teeters on its feet, but Lightning has managed to stay upright this time. But there's no way Bear can stand on her feet when one of them has been literally blown clear off. The gargoyle is down, and I don't know if she's still rattled from her last impact or not, but her medical readout is showing at least 2 broken ribs for that fall. She's out cold again.
As experienced mech warriors, Lightning and Thunderchild have managed to ride the red line of heat again and successfully avoided their fusion reactors shutting them down.
There's still a chance for the hunters here. If Slicer can take out that damaged Shogun, they will still win due to that 5-ton differential in the mechs. And Lightning isn't in a good way. Over half of his armor is gone in every location except for his head, which is still untouched, and the right arm, which is completely gone. 1 ERPC bolt to the center torso would blast the remaining armor. The hunters need a little luck here, but it is still possible.
Lightning is cursing the heat now as it prevents his Shogun from moving at all. Bear obviously can't move. due to her being in Sleepy Time La La Land. Thunderchild moves her Warhammer up one step closer to Bear, and the summoner elects to jump as far as Slicer can take it, closer to the Shogun and out in the open. If there was a time for subtlety, it's over.
Looks like Lightning is electing to just use his SRMs at this range. Even with the ridiculous heat of the Shogun, these are impossible to miss shots. 8 missiles connect, impacts to the right torso, destroying it, left leg, and 6 hits to the center torso. Looks like one of those missiles hit an ammo bin.
Case protects, Case is life.
It's still going to batter Bear something fierce from Neurohelmet feedback. She's a gladiator. She knew the risk stepping to the arena today. But that rookie pilot is going to be in the hospital for 2 months minimum after the smoke clears.
Those other missiles went internal in the center torso, and it looks like the fusion reactor on the Gargoyle has had enough. The magnetic coils have failed. That mech is officially dead.
Of course, Thunderchild is making sure pumping medium lasers and SRM shots into the wreckage. In her defense, there was no way she could have known for sure that Lightning would finish the job.
The Hunters have one chance remaining. Slicer fires the Shogun. The ERPPC needs a 7 and misses. Oh, you hate to see that.
No contact from the LR-15, also needing a 7, but the LB-10X needing a 6 manages to hit. A smattering of damage to the remaining arm on both legs. Oh, but that's an armor blow-through on the center torso. Could this be a golden BB? Aww.
A hit to the Shogun's engine, but not enough to shut it down. That mech is going to spend as long in repairs as Bear will spend in the hospital.
Likely true, but regardless, the Aces have claimed victory in our 3rd exhibition match. What a show, folks. First time Bear went unconscious, I thought it was over.
I've had a few of my employees take blackout hits to the cockpit like that, and you're right. Usually, it's the end of the match on the spot, but my stable was primarily involved in one-on-one matches. These Lance Commander duels are a totally different beast.
Bear is currently in the hands of our skilled medical technicians, and preliminary reports are showing 2 fractured ribs, a broken shin, and a concussion. But she did survive, and for a rookie like Susan Hunter, that's more important than the bumps and bruises.
True. Although, what we saw today suggests that neither of these hunters are ready for their blood name trials just yet. They did at least put up a good fight.
That's it for us here at Solaris 7 for this week's match. Join us next time for the Xandria City Blues going head-to-head with the Emerald Predators. And as a little teaser, I'll let everyone know that one of the Predators is going to be piloting a Piranha Prime.
Oh my, that's a fragile pair of legs with 12 machine guns mounted on them, isn't it?
That's the one. I'd like to take a quick moment to thank Catalyst Games for their excellent work with the BattleTech franchise, and a big thank you to Joel Morelli for music, and my host, Lady Helga Baden-Smith Mueller, for photos.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It's so nice to be out among the peasantry every once in a while, Marks.
And of course, a big thank you to all of you out there for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to send them to me at a low-cost HPG message at marx.battletech@gmail.com. Until next time, this is Marks, signing off. We'll see you on the battlefield.